Check, check, 1, 2. We got everybody here. Okay, I want to kick into this. You guys likely found yourselves to this video because you were watching my content or you came across some of the things I'm doing in real estate and you have a curiosity about real estate investing yourselves, or you're already doing real estate investing. But I wanted to give you a quick rundown of my story, and then I want to get into a real life example, and I don't want to keep you forever. I want to give you, my whole goal is to give investors, aspiring investors, or people that are trying to get ahead in real estate investing, tools. Because if you get tools, you're only as good as the tools you have. And if you get tools, you can do things more fast. You can do them faster, more efficient. And so that's really my why. Is I've had a lot of tools and done a lot of experimenting, and I now use tools to get this real estate investing thing figured out faster. Gives me a competitive advantage. So I'm hoping that that's why you're here. Because you want to do this and you don't know where to start, or you want to do this and you don't have any capital, or you want to do this and you just don't know what to use. I hope this is valuable because this is coming from a guy that's been real estate investing for more than 10 years. I'm still young. I've learned all the hard mistakes. I hope I can bridge the gap for you to make less mistakes. So I'm going to get right into it. Okay, quick background on me, and then I want to get into an example. I went to NDSU in Fargo, North Dakota, originally from South Dakota, so I'm a Midwestern guy. I've seen all these big players in other markets. I'm doing this in a small market, small to mid-size market. You can do this stuff anywhere. I got my engineering degree and was very frustrated in my W-2 job. I worked as an engineer for 2 years. Maybe some of you can relate to this, that you're in a job and you're just like, is this it? That's what I felt. So I got curious. I started reading books. I started doing, education on YouTube and social media, much like what you might have found me on. And I started to gain knowledge and ask questions. And then I found myself going down some of these funnels, just like you might be here watching this video. And I really hope that it comes across to you that I want to try to show value and connect you with the tools that have been effective for me. So what happened? I started taking action. Started taking imperfect action. That was something that I really encourage investors to just start making things happen. You can't sit in analysis. You gotta take steps. And so you're gonna hear some of that today. Some of the smartest, most calculated investors fail. Some of the most stupid, bullheaded, run through a wall investors that don't know anything, they just do stuff, succeed. The thing about being an investor in real estate is you are signing up to be a problem solver, and really a good investor can turn any investment, any property into a good investment. That's the role of an investor, and I think that's why you're here today, and I want to give you tools, try to make you better and better and better at being an investor. So to summarize my story here in 5 minutes and then get into it, frustrated engineer, went into real estate full-time, took the jump in 2015, ripped the Band-Aid off, got my broker's license. I was selling real estate as a sales job, but then also investing in real estate on the side. Fast forward today, I have my own real estate team. I have my own property management company. Our real estate team does $30 million in sales, and we serve a large population of investors. Our management company specifically specializes in traveling nurses with MTRs and short-term rentals with Airbnb. And so we've gained a lot of expertise in that. And of course, we have several units that are long-term as well. My personal portfolio, I have about 55 units and growing. We just purchased a 20-plex and a 12-plex last year. And we're constantly finding deals, and that's why we're here. How do we find more deals and keep things going? And keep the ball rolling. So I hope to give you some tools for that today. Let's see if we can get into it. Okay, my first tool that I want to really harp on, because I was on this tool today, is PropStream. I have a link that I will get you or in my social media that is for PropStream. They give me, anybody that comes through me, a 7-day free trial. This is an amazing software for you guys to find opportunities. Okay, so this will give you the map of your location. It gives you properties. Again, any tech tool, you're going to have to get used to it. So, playing around with it. But you guys, the filters here, the stuff you can find. So essentially what I was looking for today was properties that were listed and then they came off the market. And that's what led me to this property. So you can use a filter and you can find all those properties. This led me to this 1208 Westport Beach Way. I went down here, got his name, was able to use PropStream to get the number, gave him a call. Brandon answered. I talked to Brandon today, and guess what? He said, we tried to sell it, wasn't working, so we rented it out. I still need to sell it. Here's my price. Now, the cool thing is he told me $235. So his value is $252. So there's already a little meat on the bone. So this is an amazing tool just to get the ball rolling. You can go and call, make connections, right? You guys are coming with problem solvers for these people, having a game plan. I wanted to ask him why it hadn't sold. What's his game plan? Is he open to offers on it? Is he open to still, selling it or, investors buying it? I want to understand motivation in that. Tons of training on that. I've got more. Stay connected with me if you want scripts on any of these things. I have all that, but to be quick and dirty, we found this opportunity. So now we have to analyze it. The next tool is Deal Check. So if you have ever heard of Deal Check or you haven't, I've got a link for you. Definitely check out Deal Check. This is cheap, you guys. This is an easy, low-hanging fruit way to just get your numbers right and not have to throw some spreadsheet together and get lost in analysis and then not take action. So I put it in here. I'm just going to run you through this. This is going to look really intimidating for anybody that's new, but I want to run you through what I see. And as you play with this, you'll get more and more used to this. And this is practice. Take action, practice, take action, practice. Okay, so when I went into the property, he told me $235. I think after we furnish it, and that's what I would do on this one. As an investor, you're always, what's your tools that you can use in your tool belt? I can long-term rent it. I can flip it. I can wholesale this to another investor. What that means is, like, if I can get it for $225, can I sell it to someone for $239? You can learn about wholesaling that way. There's so many options. You can mid-term it to a nurse, which is in the furnished category. You can short-term it. So I really like this area, this opportunity, this style of unit, this price point for trying to get some Airbnb income, maybe a traveling nurse. $235, I think if we furnish it and it looks like it's newer and modern, it can be worth $265-ish. So let's go down. I usually, you're going to talk to lenders. You're going to do different things. There's a whole wormhole of this side of it getting a loan. But the loan that I'd be looking at here, and by the way, there's tons of opportunities to get into things for zero down or partnerships. You guys, you have to have the problem solving hat of, I can do this deal in so many ways. If it's the right deal, and I can pitch this deal and I can see the opportunity in this deal, I can find the ways to get this deal done. So purchase price, had it on there. Down payment 25%. I put the interest rate in here, usually the loan term that I get. That calculates out some loan costs. Purchase costs, I put 1%. Generally, my bank, that's an approximation. $8,500 to furnish this. I've got a full furnishing list and things like that. If you ever need that, I'd love to connect you. Little overrun charge there. And then generally what I'm seeing, and this is something you can scheme with or have some professionals around. There's even software and tools around this. But if we're going to do this nightly, Airbnb, roughly average is right under $3,000. $30,000 a year, a unit like this can hit in our market. Different markets, you might have to do some research, look on Airbnb, what things are doing for revenue. Sometimes this thing could go closer to 40, which could be some awesome meat on the bone. So I do that. Since I'm going to do Airbnb, I don't factor in a vacancy because this factors in standard occupancy and it not being full all the time. So just walking you through this. So we've got our itemized expenses. This is for long-term projections. 3% should be conservative for our market. Income increases, expense increases, and then selling costs if I want to liquidate it at the end. Depreciation factors and some taxes. You can see Deal Check has got a lot of great tools. If you just walk step by step, it doesn't have to be terrifying. So we're going to go down in here. We can see purchase price gets us down to how much cash we need, including our costs and our rehab. So 70. And again, there's ways to do that. Don't let that hold you back. This is the most common thing I see is people see that number and they're like, I don't have 70. You guys got to find a deal first, a presentation like this, and then start working. So here's valuation. Here's our rent. Here's our expenses. Here's our cash flow. Check that out. Nice. That's looking good. And this hopefully is conservative. We can do better some months than that. Okay, I'm not going to get into that right now. I have some cool criteria that I put down here. You can customize what you want your checks to be for your investment returns, and you can even upgrade and do more things on what you want your investment returns and ratios to be. Guys, there's so much customization. That's why you got to get into learning mode on this stuff. How do I get back to my property? But look at it. Passes the 50% rule. You can learn more about that in here. Passes the 1% rule. Greater than $300 a month cash flow. Cash under 50, didn't win that one, but I'm okay with that. That's just a check I like to check. And that looks great. So that's the first run through. And then I go here. Okay, here's our long-term projections. Okay, this is a lot of stuff on here, but here's what I'm looking at. Okay, here's our rental income. And again, I think 33 is on the low end. I think we could touch 40,000 a year on this in certain years if we did it right, get some reviews, all that. Okay, so now we've got taxes, insurance, everything in here. Gets us down to our operating expenses minus our loan. Now we've got our cash flow numbers. It does 1 through 5 year, 10 year, 20 year, 30 year. It's awesome. So we've got cash flow. I really like when I come down here, here's equity, but if we ended up selling, sale analysis, after 3 years, here's what we'd have, 50K, okay? If we sold in year 5, so we've jumped to year 5, we're almost touching 100K, okay? So if we did a 5-year pitch, let's say I'm raising money for this investment with a partner. Hey, in 5 years, let's do a 5-year exit, and we'll split 92 grand, hopefully more, hopefully closer to 100. Okay, it's got all your metrics if you like that. Here's your cash on cash returns. Here's your return on the investment over time. Internal rate of return, you can look that up as a metric. But again, as you become a nerd about this stuff, this is the stuff you're looking into. Banks love this metric. Debt coverage, they want this to be over 1.2. So this is awesome to show the bank. So you got some graphs down here. You guys, this is a great tool. Look at how fast we did this analysis. Now we know what this is like. Right? And here's the thing. I don't just use Deal Check to turn this property into a yay or nay. Like I'm doing adjustments to this. You're running different scenarios. Hey, what would be the worst case? What's the best case? What would I want to, how could I make this? As an investor, we don't invest in what something is now. We invest in what we can make it in the future. That's the crucial thing. Okay. That's amazing. You guys, Deal Check and PropStream, you gotta go get these in your arsenal, sign up for their trials, get in their subscriptions. These are huge ROI. Just even finding this deal, running this check, just build in these expenses for your investing journey. Then I want to get into Rehab Estimator Pro in case you ever need that. You guys, eventually in your investing journey, you're going to come across a property that you think you should just renovate a little bit, fix up. Sometimes I don't even fix up the property. I fix up the numbers and do little tweaks and raise the rent, and then I sell it. So you don't always have to flip the actual materials. You can flip the numbers. Again, think outside of the box, you guys. I'm trying to be an encourager for you in your investing journey here. But this is Rehab Estimator Pro. This is amazing. Let me walk you through what this can look like. So we did a property that we looked at. You literally go through. Here, let me start a fresh one for you. I want to give you a quick example. So this is where we go on. We start an example property, 123 Main Street, Winnipeg, whatever. We can select where we're at. It's probably going to get mad at me because I did that too quickly. Create. We'll just do that. So we're just going to get in here, 2,500 square feet. I I want to show you guys the estimations. So this is what we do on a property after hey, what can it be worth? Again, PropStream is an amazing software for understanding what the property can be worth, right? And then we go through and say, hey, do we need this to be, this is exterior, do we need this to be painted? Look at it adds, do we need this a medium-sized kitchen? We need two bathrooms for this. We need to finish the basement. Look at that, $75,000. That's a lot. We don't have a huge basement, so we actually just need to finish part of the basement. It starts to create your repair value, gets you to the end, and it starts to calculate everything. If you look at the seller net sheet, where is it? It factors in all your selling expenses, commissions, closing costs, gets you down where you can now do a report like this. Let's look at the repair estimate. Let's generate a PDF. I just wanted to give you exposure to this amazing tool. You guys, Rehab Estimator Pro is amazing to be talking to sellers about what things could cost. And you end up getting a report like this. I know I didn't click many things. This would be much more extensive, but look at this is a scope of work for a contractor. You can get one without the numbers for estimates. You can get one with this. You can present this to your sellers and say, hey, this is what it's looking like for my repair costs. Here's our offer. You guys, this is a huge tool for you as a real estate investor when it comes to any sort of repairs that need to be made. And again, I'm not doing any of the repairs. I'm creating scopes of work and estimates as part of my projects, right? Guys, the other affiliate link that I am a huge proponent of, and as far as management goes, is Lodgify. So if you are managing short-term rentals, this has been an amazing tool for us, managing and hosting, dynamic pricing tools in here. If you want to get into, especially people that are out there that are W-2 and you're into real estate investing for tax benefits, how do you get your real estate professional status? You need to be managing with Airbnb to log your hours. So getting one unit, logging hours as the Airbnb manager, communicating with guests, doing the little things, right? It's work, but it's worth it to save on taxes from a real estate investment. Using a software like Lodgify has been huge. I have a link for Lodgify that's an amazing, amazing link for you to check out as well. You get a spiff, I get a spiff. It's nothing huge, but it's the reason why I'm, endorsing Lodgify. Is it's been a great tool for our investing business. You guys, I want to wrap up with this. You can tell this is nothing fancy. This isn't me trying to sell you down some funnel. This is me trying to connect you with tools that can help your investing journey, because that's what I want my goal to be. That's what I want to do for investors. And I see, here's the thing I want to end with. You've been watching this video, you spent time investing in checking this out. That means that you're curious about real estate investing, or you've tried it, or you've been kicking around, or you're doing it, and you apparently, you wanted to get into it more. I need to encourage you to stay on the journey and take action. Do not sit on the sidelines. Most people get to a place in this and they ended up just stopping everything, or they get distracted, and you're not building your future. You're not building your wealth future unless you take action with this. So I really have to encourage you, if you've made it this far in the video, you're serious about taking action, you're serious about being a real estate investor, you're serious about using tools to help you, I need you to say yes and take some chances and click some buttons and get things going. Sometimes I didn't know exactly what I was doing, but I had to keep trudging forward. So there's 3 ways you can go. There's 3 paths. I think you can go from here and go DIY. You can use tools like PropStream. You can use tools like Deal Check. Get these tools from my page, download them, stay in my loop. As I get more and more tools, I'll get you in my email. Stay in loop with me and my content, always finding new tools. You can go and try this yourself. Do it yourself. Use the tools, start taking action. Try, fail, adjust, repeat, go. Okay, I encourage that. Do that. Make that your thing that you're going to do. You're going to leave this video and say, I'm going to DIY. That's my next step. I'm going to go with some of Kyle's tools. I'm going to get them in my tool belt, and we're going to go. Another option is done with you. Okay, I've done coaching. I've spent lots of money on coaching. I have an amazing community that I'm a partner in and I've been a part of. And I would love to connect you as my guest to Multifamily Wealth School, Multifamily Wealth Nation. And this is the free community called Multifamily Wealth School. I can invite you into this. This is an amazing environment for people that are looking to scale and create, be a part of, or be involved in, or create and find real estate deals, even at a bigger scale than some of the ones we were looking at. This is a great community. There's so much stuff happening. There's so much action happening. There's classrooms. There's learning. There's calls. There's live events. You guys, I'm going to have a link for getting involved with Multifamily Wealth Nation. And if you want to do this with others and with coaches and with trainings at a higher level than do it yourself, stop waffling and go for the done with you version. Just add a partner, be confident in it, and take action with somebody else's rubric, somebody else's outline. The other thing that I want to offer tonight, and this is kind of just, I'm throwing this is my personal phone number. And so this is something that I rarely do. I can't take many people on, probably only 5 to 7 people, but I will do one-on-one coaching and actually find deals for you, or find deals that you can be a part of with me or together, or parts of deals that we're already doing. If that's something you're interested in, you can text me elite coaching, or I'm interested in the elite coaching program, and I can actually do the work for you with the skills that I've acquired, and we can find deals and get you into your real estate investing journey. This is obviously going to be more heavily one-on-one relationship. This is higher ticket, for my time and everything, but I've done for you things too when I need to just rip the Band-Aid off and go and get into the thing that I need to get into. So I think any 3 of these is a great option. Which link are you going to click? Because the biggest mistake you could make, and I've made this mistake, is you just watch this video and go back to the whatever you were doing. You had some motivation to check this out, and I would encourage you to take action. My favorite quote is, education without implementation is just entertainment. You're either watching my stuff and watching this video to be entertained, or you want to actually implement finally. So make a move, take action. Hit me if you do any of the tools for DIY. You'll get connected with me, emails, everything like that. I'm going to keep showing value to you. Would love to be in Multifamily Wealth Nation with you guys. That would be amazing to meet, even meet you guys at events that I always go to. This is a great community, growing community too. And if you want to do one-on-one, just shoot me a text. That's my actual personal number. As you can tell, this presentation isn't meant to be some crazy sales pitch. This is just trying to connect more, and I'm going to do more of these presentations as we get more and more efficient with tools to help people on their journey with real estate investing. Appreciate the time. Thanks for investing with me. I hope you watch this on like 1.5 speed while you're in the sauna or something. Cheers, guys. God bless. And I look forward to connecting with as many of you as possible.